Well, like I said, I came from a pretty well-off family. My mother was a school teacher. My stepfather was a certified public accountant. My biological father was a police officer, a police officer. So I did very well. I mean, growing up, didn't leave for anything. That baby of the family, of 5 kids. My problem all started when I was 12 years old. I can talk about this now because I'm in therapy getting help for this. And the problem started when I was 12. I was sexually assaulted. You know, I was beaten, and I was raped by I thought was a friend. When it happened to me, I told my mom what happened. She sent me to the store to get some milk. So when I came home, told my mom what happened. She called my uncles, my grandfather. They wanted to handle it the street way. So by the time the police got there, make a long story short, this individual was arrested. He was arrested, and come to find out he has a history of that. I was 12, he was 14. But at the age of 12, I was a little skinny little dude. This dude was a bigger dude, you know what I mean? So he was sent away for evaluation. And doing that, he was sent to Norristown State Hospital. He raped a nurse, escaped. So he wound up raping again. So when he got caught, went to trial and everything, this individual was given 22 to 44 years in prison. But my problem was my family did not know how to deal with this. I'm 47, so you can imagine, like back then, in the early 80s, when something like that happened, you leave it in the family. You don't take it outside the family. So I kind of was sheltered. I mean, given gifts. I didn't want to go to school. I ain't had to. So I was shut down. I wasn't taught. I was sent to New York to live with my family. Went there. That side of the family implanted in my head that people like that do things like that deserve to die. So I took that and ran with it. Came back to Philly. I changed person. I started doing things. Getting arrested, getting involved with the law. And what I was doing was following this individual. Following him. Youth Study Center. I tried to commit suicide. I wound up at Norristown State Hospital, the same hospital he raped the nurse in. So when I finally wound up in the penitentiary, I was asked, do I have any separations? And I was like, no. But the lady there was like, yes, you do. But she knew about this individual. So, make a long story short, it all came out that I would never be in the same institution with this individual. And being as though the person I became like a shy individual, a real violent individual. That's how I released my frustration, was through violence. I've always put in my head that I would never let another man put his hands on me again, or hurt me, or bring me any type of harm. So I became an individual that I didn't like. I didn't like this individual. Now that I see myself. It took many years of incarceration for me to realize I took a deep inventory on myself and realized I hurt a lot of people. Indirectly. I'm not proud of what I used to do or what I did. I can't change what's been done. In doing that, I've taken a life. I became this person that people couldn't trust. I turned to drugs to self-medicate myself because I never got any type of psychological help with this. I've dealt with this for many years. I suppressed it. I mean, that's when my anger came in, where I would think about it, get depressed about it, abuse drugs, alcohol, abuse women, as far as sexually, not raping or anything like that there. Well, I don't, let me make clear this. Of all the persons I've hurt in my life, I've never hurt a woman or a child physically. Never. But me not getting help, I hurt women emotionally. Because of me, it was always just see if I can get sex. Or see if, make sure, I was really checking my sexuality. Making sure I wasn't gay. I mean, why would this dude do this to me? Why me? Why would he do it to me? So when I see a woman that take an interest in me, I'll tell her everything she want to hear just to get into her panties. Once I get into her panties, oh yeah, or it's what I can benefit out of that. But now I have a daughter, and I sit back and say that, you know, I don't want that to happen to my daughter. So I have become this man that I don't like what I've done. I'm not proud of it. I don't like what I see now. I just want to make a change. Like, talk to some individuals that's going the same route I'm going. Whether it may be somebody out there that's going through what I'm going through. That their mom and pop may not know how to get them the same help that I'm getting now for myself. This can really hurt an individual. It can really mess your life up. So if you don't have the proper psychological help, you can become a very angry individual where you don't care about nobody. Sometimes you don't even care about yourself. And when I think about the things I've done, abusing alcohol, abusing drugs, that was crazy. That was insane. Really insane. I'm 47. I just turned 47. I was taken away from the streets, taken away from my daughter. My daughter's 28 years. She'll be 28 next month. I have 28 years in prison. So me and my daughter don't know each other. And by the grace of God, it's good. We are trying to repair our relationship. We talk. I feel good because she's not disrespectful to me anymore. She wants to know answers. She wants to sit down and know about her dad. Because everybody's telling her about her dad. But she wants to know on herself. So, you know, God willing, we don't get that opportunity sometime this week. So, my main focus now is to, let me say this. I've done, like I said, 20 years in prison. I would do 2.5 years, come home. I did 12 years, came home. I did 8 years, came home. A year, came home. 19 months, came home. But every time I went home, it was okay. I'm going home. This 6 months I just did was the hardest 6 months I've ever done in my life. When it was time for me to come home, I felt a fear of coming home. I guess it's because of change I want to do. The person I am now, I'm not that individual that wants to fight all the time. I'm a firm believer in God. I let Him handle all my affairs in life now. What I want to do now, the person I am now, is I want to try to help any individual that I can in my life, any individual. Whether he be black, white, Puerto Rican, Spanish, Haitian, Chinese, Korean, male, female, young, old, because we all can learn from somebody every day. I don't want to be the person, I want to be respected as the man that got himself together. I don't want to be respected no more. When I walk down the street, people look at me and be like, "Oh, that's the boy Basil. Man, that boy kill you, man. That boy do this, that boy do that." I don't want the respect anymore. I want the respect of, you know, how you doing? You know, may I help you? If you flat tire, like bags in your hand, I want to be able to take the bags home for you. You know what I mean? I want you to realize, I want you to understand that I'm not out to rob you. I'm not out to hurt you. I'm out to help you. There was too many of us dying in these streets out here through so much of chaos, so much negativity. Negativity I can't allow to be in my life anymore. I allowed this individual to rent space in my head for so many years. So many years.
Oh, wow. This is nice. How are you, sir?
Okay.